Welcome to the Zany Talk podcast. Welcome. I can't speak today.
It's Zany Talks.
It is Zany Talks. You may have not heard from us in a while. In like a month. We didn't die in the road trip. We're completely fine. We saw the Model Train Museum, which was really cool. And I suggest going to it. It was actually really cool.
Yeah.
We also went to a gun show. That was also really cool.
I was not there for any of this. However, I have things in the work, but we will be seeing that trust very soon. I also felt like during those months is when I was about to and I'm gonna step in with and then I was like, oh, wait, I hate it, and then I couldn't. That's the realest of struggles.
Yeah.
When I'm like, I'm right there at the project, I'm about to, and then I don't, and then it gets canceled. But now it's been rebooted. Topic, I love it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I've been pretty busy with stuff and things all over the board. I mean, doing some stuff here, overhauling the podcast, giving us a new logo.
Yeah, the logo.
Yes.
That is tea. Because I thought mine was a fun starter.
Mm-hmm.
This looks so good. And the coasters.
Yeah,
yes,
I
the
made some merch.
coasters. So these you can find at Deja Blue. We are not selling these. Maybe if you ask Patty very, 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 very nicely,
And buy a drink.
she might sell this to you. Maybe.
But they're just here. They're just here.
Yep.
When I saw that, in the wild, when I came in today and I saw that, that's us.
Yeah,
it was so
that's
cool.
Zany Talks.
That's Zany Talks. So it shows that we have our little YouTube podcast, Studio 7 and Deja Blue on there too, to show this is where we film at. Even though we don't always film here, we mostly
You guys have had a
do.
few locations, yeah.
Yeah.
A car.
Yeah.
A car. First it started out in
Flashes.
Deja Blue's booths.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the podcast studio up and running, so we're here now.
We got budget.
We got budget. Exactly.
Yeah. Hey,
And then
budget
we
talks.
had a road trip, and then we
Yes.
had an off-site location that we
Right.
recorded.
With Flash.
Out of all
Yep.
of our locations, I do have to say the first one is my favorite.
the booth.
The booth.
I don't know. I put a lot of time into this area,
Yeah.
so
Yes, I do.
like them both.
This studio is very nice for recording podcast episodes.
Mm-hmm. Well, small talk, because I want to go first.
Go ahead.
I thought we were doing small talk.
The camera's
We
on
were.
you, Zander.
Run. So this is gonna be so stupid for me to talk about, right? Where
Okay.
I've been doing a lot. I do a lot of side projects. Y'all know I do art. I do
Talk about side
music.
projects.
Yeah. Well, so aside, and this is gonna all be aside from, right?
Uh-huh.
Everything I'm about to mention is aside from the bulk of what I want to talk. Aside from making music for Grounds for Discussion coming soon, it's in the works, and I'm very self-conscious, but also really excited for it. Aside from doing a little more book stuff, because I made 2 books in the span, or 2 more, what would you call it?
Copies.
Copies of my book, which I gave one to my roommate, one to a good friend of mine. Those are making their circulations. Aside from all of that work, Douglas Machine. I love it. I love working at Douglas Machine. There's a coworker. I will not say his name.
Good.
Because
Good.
he's this individual. I had a streak of not talking to him at work because he gives what we at Broad call the ick.
Gotcha.
he's- And I mentioned this last night at D&D as well.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, because I'll put it like this. There's smart ways to address people's appearances, right?
Mhm.
There's ways, and then there's just stupid ways. And of course, the one is always talked about is my hair, because look at it. How could you ignore it? It's gorgeous. I put so much time and effort into my hair and my looks. This individual, right? There is a smart way to ask about hair,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
He breaks my streak of not talking to him for a week on the last day that they come in, right? To stop me, say, hey Zander. I'm wearing headphones.
Uh-huh.
I'm wearing headphones. I'm not making eye contact, but he keeps. Fine, here we go. Take them off. Hey, insert name here.
Yep.
And
He's
he's
about-
Even random one. Jerry. Tom. Tim. Is he a Tim?
he's not. We do have a Tim. Tim is lovely. Hi
Mm-hmm.
Tim. He doesn't use YouTube or Spotify. But this individual, we yap, and as I'm trying to walk away, he will always try to keep you at a conversation. But
Ah.
no, I'm clocked in. I'm working. I'm building robots. I got places to be, right?
Mhm.
Well, as I'm going by, he tries to make a comment about my hair or something, and he asks this: "How long you gonna grow your hair?" Like I have an exact measurement. I'm thinking 48 and a half inches, but
Yeah.
to centimeters that might be. No, I don't know how long. I told him as long as I want it to be. It's not even a malicious way to ask, right? There's like a middle way.
Yeah.
There's a, how do you get your hair that long? It's, oh, well, thank you for asking, right? And then the dumb ones that I have to hear were your hair is long. That's nice, Jerry. Let's get you back to your bed.
realize.
No,
Yeah!
You
Or
should.
when they say, your hair's purple. Yay! You saw it. Like, some of these coworkers, they just gotta. So that's my small talk.
Yeah.
Anyone over the age of 58, please. Let's normalize it. It's okay that I'm prettier than you. I can feel the strikes. I can feel them coming. I'm gonna get a box when I clock in next.
Right.
No, in truth I do love my coworkers. They're all lovely people. Douglas is great. I love my job. Thank you. Next.
When you said longest hair, I got the image of Adam's Family, the new animated one of the. I think he's like the uncle or something like that. He's voiced by Snoop Dogg, and he's the hair guy.
Yeah,
He wears like a top
I
hat
know what you're
and like
talking about
black
now.
round sunglasses.
I mean, I did say that, but I didn't mean that. But I was like, I'll grow it for as long as I want. I don't. I have a preferred length. I want it to come just about here.
Mhm.
Just long enough
For
to
the
there.
nips.
Yeah. I want it to subtly and sensually cover my nips.
As soon as
and there
you
went
said,
all of our ad revenue.
as soon as you
You
said
think we get ad
when
revenue?
he said like how long you gonna grow your hair, I immediately just pictured the other Zander and how long his hair is.
Exactly.
And I'm just like,
I'm envious, low key. He's got good hair, and he keeps care of it too.
I think-
'cause
Yes,
Megan's
he
got
does.
him.
I think both Xanders should go bald and see how long their hair can get by the end of the year.
we'll race.
Zander
Yes.
did. Xander used to run buzz cuts all the time. The other Zander.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't. I haven't gotten like a proper long haircut in almost like 4 years,
Mhm.
and I'm living for it. Cause ain't no one coming for her. Look at this real hair. Anyways,
It's yours.
that's what I got.
I fell off my one wheel.
You told me about that.
Yeah.
My word, yeah.
You were on the same street when I
Mhm.
did it.
Literally past you.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh hey, I know that. Anyways, I'm going to work now. And little did I know what had occurred
Yes.
on that day.
So I did. It was pretty windy the other day. As the main reason why I figured I fell is because I never rid my one wheel when it was really extremely windy out,
Mm-hmm.
and then unstableness happened, and I fell off at like 12, 10-ish miles per hour, which luckily,
Gravity's a great braking system.
yes.
For most things.
I-
other things. Yeah.
I've fallen many times before, so I know how to fall properly,
Mhm.
if that makes sense, which
Yeah.
is usually try rotating to your back
Yep.
so you don't break your arm.
Yes. Or like you kind of.
Or you don't destroy your face by rubbing it across concrete.
Yeah, that part. Oh god, yeah.
Road bird.
Um,
Everywhere.
So I mainly just got bruising
Yeah.
on knee, big spot on the good old hip,
Yeah.
elbow, and then
You
can
had
see
something,
that,
yeah, you had like a
right
Band-Aid
there.
over it.
All my band-aids are gone now because
Yeah.
they've scabbed up and whatnot, and I
Right.
just don't need band-aids. But yeah, lesson learned: ride carefully when it is windy out, or
You
just
had a
not ride
helmet.
at all.
You had a helmet.
I did have helmet.
Respectable.
Yes,
Yep.
the helmet I have, I don't know if it's like the best helmet, but it has a little light at the back because you probably saw it.
I did. I saw that, and you have a light on the actual thing.
Yes,
yeah.
the one wheel has a headlight
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a brake light.
It's really cool.
It
Yeah, your
is.
brake light. I saw that. Yeah, it's neat. It's neat.
And not like I've wiped out, but I'm still gonna be riding that thing. It is so damn fun to ride.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yes.
To be honest.
Like when I ride it and like I just chill riding it, I will start singing random songs like you will in like games.
Oh,
Those clips. That will just be
we
me.
do with a drunken sailor? He's just going down the road on his one wheel. At like
That's
6 in the morning too. It's like
I don't
6.
usually do it when I'm at like in the morning because it's cold out.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
in the afternoon, especially since this last week it's been warm,
Yeah.
I've been taking a longer route home and singing songs of like
Yeah.
Like the dumb ones too, like
I am
just dance, I'll be okay. Whoa, just dance.
You're
I'll
going
be
back
okay.
rah, rah, Rasputin.
Yes.
God.
I'm just, it's just a vibe. I
Yeah.
love riding it. It's
I feel like
amazing.
there's no other way to ride a one wheel.
Yes,
You
it's
have to
one
ride
wheel.
it like that. That's great. Oh my God.
Yes.
Thomas, I have a feeling I know what your downtime has been.
What do you mean?
Mm.
I mean,
So, Thomas, I'm going to be focusing the camera on you because you do have small talk.
I do. I've been doing a lot of stuff this past month that we haven't been recording.
Mhm.
You've been busy.
I've been busy for sure. So it all started off with me getting a server rack, like an actual server rack, and putting that in my basement.
Didn't you get that from Garfield? Or from where you work?
Yes, I got it from a coworker.
Yeah.
That had it and didn't have a use for it, so I'll put it to use. With that, I also acquired some switches. Got those. They didn't work at first, but now they do. Got those back up and running. I then acquired a server. It's an older Dell server, but it's a server, and it has currently 64 gigabytes of RAM in it and about 2+ terabytes of storage, which I need to upgrade already.
Dang. Yeah, that was fast.
Yeah, that was fast.
Nice.
So a lot of capital has been going into getting that server up and running and transferring all the server services I provide over to that with minimal downtime.
Right? Yeah.
Or doing it when people won't notice.
That well, and yeah, every time that you are doing it, and I just see the flood of like stuff being servers are down again. Servers are down. I'm thinking like he is doing things on it, you know.
Yeah, I
There's
play,
stuff.
the main server I play on is the Satisfactory server,
Right.
and I don't complain when it's down. I'm just like,
Oh, okay, I guess
Thomas is working on it. It'll be up at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care enough.
I don't have
Exactly,
enough of a use case of people using it, nor am I being paid for these servers, so it's more of just like,
Mhm.
I'm providing this free to free. Calm down.
Yeah, right.
They will be up shortly. I am doing things
Mhm.
and making them run better.
No
So
kidding.
now all Zany Talks, sorry, not Zany Talks, ZTL's
Related.
the server systems are running on an actual server now instead of some old hardware I had lying around
Oh,
Yeah.
with a dedicated internet connection, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
great.
What
That's with my pinky.
what games do we have running on the server?
So currently we have 2 different Minecraft servers running. One is a DDSS, which is Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles Minecraft mod pack.
Right.
And the other one is a Divine Journey 2 Minecraft mod pack. Both those are running on there in their little containerized forms, which makes it easy. I also have I think it's up and running now, but a Fabric vanilla server. So basically Minecraft vanilla. So
Normal.
Yeah.
normal Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's running on a modded base system, so I can
Mhm.
do automations in the back end, like running backups
Yeah.
and stuff like that without taking the server down.
Mm-hmm.
So
You got your satisfactory.
yeah, we got the Satisfactory server,
Mhm.
which is running on a virtualized VM for Windows and running using Steam CMD. Providing our Satisfactory world that we've been working on for I don't know how long, because the timer on the world says 9999.
Well, at some point we just let the server just run
Yeah.
and start
Right.
eating resources.
Do you also have space engineers on that one too?
I think
Yes.
Right.
I literally got that up and running a couple days ago.
I was gonna say that's the one that I remembered seeing. Was that?
Does Space Engineer server, it is currently running our war-based save on it. I finally got that working. It was a pain in the arse to get running.
I want people to jump on that server, so then I would jump on that server, and then more happens.
Right.
Yeah, like it's
I'm
meant
not good at
to
space
have
engineers though.
more like PvP type.
So
thing.
we did allow, like, you can just grab stuff from the workshop and print it
Right.
if you wish,
Yeah.
because there
we
has...
we need more player base. That's the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm there for like one of these servers, by the way, because I'm just too dedicated for everything else.
I do remember a moment of Space Engineers that sticks in my head that revolves you, Zander.
I had a few
Oh,
very good
that's
space
right.
engineer moments.
This one,
remembering.
I used my hand as a reference.
Mm-hmm.
As you remember, both of you, the ship Big Bertha.
Right.
Yes, my first big ship I have ever built on the server.
I just remembered.
Thomas, Zander recently built his first ship, which only had thrusters on the bottom, I believe.
Yup.
He made it to space.
through some sheer unfortunate luck, I was in space.
This hand is my big ship, Big Bertha. This finger is Zander's ship. Up here is Eric's printed ship.
His ginormous
This is
thing.
Zander. Whoa! Boom! Right into Eric.
I was trying.
I love it amazingly because you made a perfect round of orbit around my ship.
Yup.
And then slingshot it immediately into Eric.
Which his ship was so much more complicated and like printed and everything. You decided to build yours by hand, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. Oh! Perfectly into his side, and I'm just there screaming because I can't control my titanium box that I made that somehow got out of the atmosphere.
That's a miracle in itself.
It
there.
was that part.
Yeah.
I controlled
It
it
was
so decently that I was like, oh, I'm juking his ship. Let's go, baby. Oh, hi. And Eric was
The most memorable moment involving
so
you
good.
is actually when Logan brought Big Bertha into the atmosphere.
Oh,
for the
yes,
first
my
time.
first time.
And I'm just like, is this gonna work? I'm in my little bullet that I
Yeah.
made.
Your bullet, that's right. I
And
crashed
just
so many
remorred onto the side and just like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Detach. I'm gone.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember, like, flying Big Bertha and then seeing your screen. And then I'm like, hey, Zander, look up. And then from the mountains, you just see this giant ship coming down into the
A
valley.
Star Destroyer type thing. And I'm just, oh, that's there.
That's
As
cool.
in your current.
Yeah, as
Yes.
I'm trying to rebuild my box.
Mhm.
My crashed little thing. My frisbee.
Amazing.
Yeah. God, that was fun. If I was better at that game, I'd play it so much more. But
We have a
Valorant-
working server that has a uptime. Yes,
Eventually
now.
I'll do it. I just need to hit silver in Valorant first.
Goals.
Stop chasing your dreams.
I will never stop chasing my dreams. Never give up. Twitch.
Give up.
I wanted to say Twitch.
Never give up, Zany Talks. Never give up.
Or do. I don't... that was to Twitch, not to you.
Well,
Speaking of
before we
giving-
move on to our topic, I do have to tell the audience that we do have an Instagram now. You can find us at Zany Talks Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun with that.
Plug it. I'm also on Instagram, but they're a little more important on that side.
But Zander,
You can find behind the scenes photos and just kind of follow what we're up to on there.
We have behind the scenes for this one.
yeah, so like next time when we go to a place that we said we're going to go to on the podcast, like the train museum, we'll post about it.
Exactly.
Hopefully, if
That
I
way-
remember.
That way you can
That's his
steal some
job now.
content.
Yes. But Zander, last time you were on this podcast,
Mhm.
we talked about shows that have been cancelled
Yep.
but may have gotten revived. At the end of that, we got to a salty,
Not salty.
but bitter topic
Yep. I like that.
of shows that will not die and
Why
should
won't
have.
it die?
It should have.
So, Zander, I ask of you, what is a show that should have died but still lived?
I don't know. Let me think of one.
Well, I have one.
Build up.
Do tell.
Okay.
Please do.
So, an
Yeah.
anime of the name of Blue Exorcist.
I think that's gonna do it for me today. Actually, guys, that was such a good episode.
Get back here. Come on.
Please. We've talked about this.
We have.
And God's internet must know of this. Trust and believe. I notoriously hate Blue Exorcist.
So, yes, you hate it because of the main character.
He's so fucking whiny. don't
I
like
personally have watched through, like, the first season.
it. Right.
I think
And
that's
started the
about
second.
where I'm at too. Like just the first season I've
Yeah.
seen of that.
I don't know anything outside of it either. So
Yes. So,
please inform.
first season should have ended it there
Mm-hmm.
because they went through the whole storyline and yada yada, worked out. Yeah, there were some missing sections, but that, in my mind, that was okay.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much summed it up pretty good.
I see.
What they did though was go back in time
Mm-hmm.
and be like, hey, let's resolve this problem that's already been resolved.
They went back in time.
Yes.
That's your first red flag.
Yes.
Ew. Okay,
It was terrible.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't have any more.
You've already
content. Let's start
resolved this
over.
problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't you come up with a different threat?
Yup.
But no, you already solved your problem.
Mm-hmm.
The anime was done.
I see it. I see it.
You know an anime that did an excellent job of adding another season without destroying the timeline of their show?
I can think of a few, but go on.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
You love it.
Oh.
It's called Black Butler.
Oh.
They did an excellent job
Yes.
of
they
bringing
did.
back the characters
Literally. Growl.
without breaking the timeline.
Literally. No, it was. Yes. More of that, please. That's a very good show and very good example too. Wait, how did? Okay, this second season for Blue Exorcist.
Yes. There's more now, actually.
The
I think
end-
they're up to 4.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
And I believe all they've done is go back in time to fix problems that have already been fixed.
Okay.
I'm trying to guess what fan base is interested in this.
Who's this for? Hey, who's Blue Exorcist for? I want to put that out there right now. Shonen doesn't want to claim it. It's not isekai,
Nope.
and it's not slice of life. Who is it for? It's like, I don't know. I hate it. I didn't like it. The main character's so bad.
lightheaded.
No, legit. God, I think that's a very good example of a show that I get it.
Should've
I
died.
get it. Wanting to bring a show back. All right, we'll start there. The premise of bring show back because it was good the first time. Have more of it.
Yeah.
That's a very basic and understandable concept. There's so many good ways to do it, like Black Butler. I think the worst way to try and revamp or bring back a new season
Is to
or
go
add
back
on
in
to your
time.
show is anything with time. Go back in time. Go forward. It don't matter.
You know,
The
I
time
do
clock
have
is
an
Okay,
never
example.
forward I
good.
find is fine. Forward in a time skip.
Time skips are fine.
On that note, I do have something that meets the criteria perfect for that.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to bring it back to my favorite thing,
Mhm.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh,
to Train Your Dragon.
yes. That.
Yeah.
I have not.
9 realms.
Isn't the new? Yeah, that.
The 9 realms.
Right.
It's a modern era.
Mhm.
They rediscover dragons.
Right.
You talked about this last time too.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
I
There's
do
a few
love
shows
my
that
How
would
to Train
drop
Your
back
Dragon.
up. That.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like those are ones.
I'm just saying,
were
it's
good, but
they
that
did it in an okay way,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not what the community wanted.
Yeah.
No, the community
I'm sure.
wants just more of that.
More of yes.
More of
Speaking
what
the
has
movie.
already been, and just more stories revolving around the characters.
Right. Yep.
I don't care if it's back in time filling in gaps, or
That is an example of them going forward in time, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Train
yeah.
Your
jumped all
Dragon
the way from.
has already done that. They already have filled in gaps. They have had How to Train Your Dragon series. I believe it was on Netflix.
I've seen everything.
Outpost, I believe it was called, or something like that.
He's the fan.
Wasn't it? What was that series called? I don't know.
To the edge.
There we go. Thank you.
Clock.
But it filled in the time skip in between 1 and 2.
What about Riders of Burke and Defenders of Burke? You're forgetting those series too.
I'm
I was gonna
sorry,
say those existed. Those did exist.
So the proper order. You want to know the proper order to watch it timeline wise?
Okay, zooming in on Thomas.
yeah.
So
Spotlights
you,
always, I
you-
guess.
you start with the first movie. You know, How to Train Your Dragon,
Mhm.
and then it's not How to Train Your Dragon 2. It's Riders of Burke, Defenders of Burke. There are some other short ones which can kind of fill in that area as well, like the
Christmas
Book of Dragon
specials.
series.
Oh, yeah, I know about that one. Yeah.
Yeah. It goes through kind of the more special cases in the Books of Dragon, or the dragons that exist, and the stories revolving around them.
Mhm.
And then it's the second movie.
Mhm.
Or wait, no, the second movie was the third one was Hidden Word. Not even the second movie. Then it's Race to the Edge. Race to the Edge.
And-
It fills in that entire gap.
Yeah.
In the second movie.
Mhm.
Second movie, we get Mama back. We
Right.
get Mama
Yes.
back.
That
Falcon.
one. That one might be one of my favorite.
That I always
up
think
there.
that's the main one because
No.
it resolves a lot of the tension, and
It
it
does.
resolves nicely. They didn't need a third movie,
The
but
scene
they did.
the scene with his mom and his dad dancing together,
the song.
crying and screaming in the
God,
theaters.
that got me.
Literally. But that's okay. That's actually, and you're right. The third movie.
The third movie didn't need to happen, but it wraps it up
Just
of
fine.
what happened to the dragons.
Yes, that's a good example of continuing it in a good way.
And then they skip thousands
they-
of years.
Yeah.
And we
Is
go
this.
back to the hidden world. And then through the 9 realms, sorry for spoilers if no one's seen it, but we discover that Hiccup was there. Hiccup went to the 9 realms. Hiccup lived there.
Oh,
I want that.
that actually, yeah.
100%.
We
That's
find
a
his
better
leg.
type of
We
story
find
than
his
that.
leg. We literally find his leg.
Oh,
Dang.
wow.
We
Holy
find
crap.
where he lived with the Night Fairies. And the continuation of the night lights.
That's
We should, like, that would be
So
such
cool.
such a better storyline
than
to
what
all-
they.
Yes.
I'm just hoping so much that after the 9 realms settles for a little bit,
Mhm.
we get the after stories. What from Hiccup's perspective? What did he
Because
get?
we do know
'Cause we
he
get
went
it-
back to the area at the end of the third film, don't we?
he
that was a different
visited.
one.
He visited the opening to
Yes.
introduce his kids,
Yes.
and
Forgot about that.
yeah, that was so heartwarming. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is. Really,
Yeah, that was like a short little movie they did.
Mhm.
That was at the end of the.
Oh yeah,
third
that's
film.
right. There's another movie though, or like a short movie of.
Are you talking about the Christmas special?
Yeah, I think it's a Christmas special.
Christmas special where
I never.
the night lights, the little baby night furies,
Yeah.
Yes, Toothless's
come
children.
to Burke to
Oh.
find Hiccup because Toothless is feeling lonely,
Okay.
missing.
I have not seen this apparently, but that's really
you
cute.
definitely need.
Oh.
to.
I know there. Okay, one funny thing about the dragon, the
How to Train Your
How to
Dragon.
Train Your Dragon universe, is dragon eggs explode in that universe.
Gronkles do. Gronkles
Gronk
do.
can say. We know that one of them do, but
Yes.
that'd be crazy.
And in fact, the Gronkle parents put their eggs in water when they're about to hatch, so they don't go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. To divert this from not being a How to Train Your Dragons podcast, which at this point it might just be. I thought
I can
of
go on for days.
once-
Thomas shows up randomly.
things that
Hiccup
come
cosplay.
back.
I was Hiccup for a Halloween.
I was gonna say I saw the picture.
I have a
Zander.
shield and a helmet.
That. A very good example that I just thought of for like, hey, we actually don't need more of these, and the original was just fine. So stop making live action versions of Disney movies. We don't need more of them.
We don't need them to be a completely different story at the end.
That
Yes.
and I'm just gonna say it, right? The nostalgia that they're trying to pull for the audience
It just
It's a money grab. It's good.
is that, and also those people, that the age people, because I saw those old Disneys. A lot of my generation probably didn't, admittedly, but like,
I have.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm like when the Jungle Book live action flop. Hey, it wasn't
I
great,
haven't even.
and then
I
they
didn't
just
even know they did
keep
that.
doing more.
Okay.
I'm not gonna see Mulan.
Can we talk?
I'm not gonna see Lion King.
Can we talk about sometimes they're like marketing for new Disney movies? They suck at marketing.
I was gonna
these
say
days.
a lot.
They
like Disney's
rely
kind of
too
been.
much on the name that they're remaking.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's a cash grab, and B, it's that this goes back to the whole of like
Mhm.
format thing.
Yes.
Like, yes, I get animation's different nowadays because like back then, like you think of like the Jungle Book or you think of
I
Lion
think,
King
like,
and like
the
those
Lion
animations
King-
and the songs.
You know, the Lion King, and then they made the Lion Guard movie, show. Have you seen that?
Yes, but
Aren't they making like
I'd
another
like to forget it.
live action Lion King? Like
Yeah.
Mufasa?
yeah,
Yeah,
We
Mufasa.
don't-
It's the prequel.
we don't need that.
That's so like why? Why do
Exactly.
we need that?
You are milking it dry.
And bringing it back for a live action version, the original format was just fine, and modern day would go so hard
Now,
if it was 2D.
here's the question:
Mhm.
what Disney remake has been most accurate to its thing? Personally,
think
I
it's
think it's
Jungle.
Beauty and the Beast.
I have not seen that one.
Okay.
They did really good with
You
that.
clocked me actually. That the Beauty and the Beast one was really good, and they did add a song in there that was in the original one. It's the like Beast singing when Belle leaves. And now I know she'll never see me. That song, that melody, him singing. Okay, that was good.
Mhm.
That whole thing was a little like, I don't remember if that was the exact plot. I think it was actually.
It was
somewhat
like
the same
almost
plot.
exactly on the
Yeah.
plot.
I did like that. That movie was actually kind of good.
Now, I've heard Mulan got rid of the best character in it.
Wait,
They got rid of the dragon.
they got rid of Mushu?
Yes, Mushu
What?
is
That's
not in the
what-
film.
My 3D printed dragon is named after him. What?
How can you get rid of Mushu? Mushu was like
Yes.
the okay.
He was the genie before the genie.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna put it like that.
He was the comedic
Wait, was he
relief.
before? Was he before
Yes.
the genie?
I think
was
so.
before Aladdin.
I
don't
My
care.
phone's partially dead, so I
But like
can't
when you
search
think of like Disney comic relief characters, you think of the genie or you think of Mushu and you think like
or Mushu's bug pet thing.
I forget. Yeah, I forget that he has that. But that they got rid of him.
Yes.
How?
Apparently, he's not even in the film.
Hey Disney.
For some reason,
Wrap it up.
I'm pretty sure he's not in the film. I also think the cricket's not even in the film.
Well,
It was a
if
cricket.
Mushu's not there, then Cricket's not gonna be there.
Yes.
That's
For some reason, I think even the prince isn't in there.
What?
The warrior guy. Yeah, I don't think he's even in the movie.
What? I need to watch this movie.
Why
and
we-
just
I don't want
Try,
to watch
I
this
guess.
movie actually. Like that sounds so bad.
That does. You got rid of 3 of the main guys in that story.
I don't
did they get rid of the horse too?
Probably at this point. The horse is probably a background character for all we know.
That's wild. I don't know, man. Like, I get some parts of this where, because Disney has a lot of different cultures under their belt. If you think
Yes.
about, like, Princess and the Frog is like like Bayou, Louisiana type thing, New Orleans, that sort of southern,
that's right.
right? Which that
Oh,
man,
it's been a while
those
since I've
songs
seen that.
that I quote that all the time. Shake my hand.
Shake
Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand? I say that shit all the time.
I do
in chat.
too. But I
When I
do it with
drunk.
action too. Like,
Yeah,
would
yeah.
you shake my hand?
It's
Would you
it's-
shake a poor sinner's hand?
and his little yes. Oh, you ready? Oh,
You know,
I love it.
That's a Bob song.
It is.
I need to rewatch
Like,
that now.
Now think of that. That's the same people who made that
Mhm.
made stuff like Mulan, made stuff like Beauty and the Beast, and the like princess era where it's
Yeah.
like the medieval times. Insert anything here, right? They also made stuff like Pocahontas, like I guess Mulan, and like different cultures that span.
Yeah.
I get it. Our modern day can handle those different cultures better. So why are we trying to change it to fit a demographic? Like it was fine.
Yes.
At least I thought it was
No.
fine.
I have a really good question for
Then
you,
again,
Zander.
what?
What do you think about race switches of characters?
Ooh, this
This
That's-
is some.
that's a
I will
really
admit,
good-
this
no,
is
that's
very
a-
dangerous territory.
that's a
that I
great-
want to ask.
that's
about.
an amazing question, and all three of us are white.
Yes, I know. This is the main question.
No, no,
We're
no.
all white.
That's actually
But
so good because I,
have
find
a
this in video
main
games
question
too.
because I am fine with some switches.
In my opinion, if the initial race didn't mean anything to it, it's fine.
yes,
Like I'm fine for swapping white people because what's our culture? Mayonnaise. We got mayonnaise and Kanye West. We don't even have Kanye West actually.
Mhm.
We have Taylor Swift, and I am not about to get into that because I watched the Super Bowl.
I didn't. I don't care.
Get Chiefs.
like
Love you, Philly.
what I'm fine with,
But
completely.
I get-
fine
I get where you're
is
getting at, too.
Velma in Scooby Doo, not the Velma TV show. It's the Velma in the new the animated one.
oh yeah.
That one, I think they made her
Not white.
Spanish?
Hispanic.
There we go.
Right, I get you.
And I was completely fine with that.
well, yeah,
I
I
think
can.
it
I
actually
can
felt
see-
it
I can
felt
see that.
one, like
Even
added
if
to the
I
character.
pull back my memories, I'm like, okay, I don't see. Okay.
Glasses and a bob. Sounds like Miss Patty. That's a compliment, by the way.
Yeah, no, I
It
can see
is.
it already. But for an animation style like that, maybe in my head, just white is the cookie cutter everything because that's what I grew up.
And that's
It's when you don't want to put a race to it.
yes, that part. But then it's the races that have cultures.
Yes.
So, like for Mulan, you probably wouldn't want to change anything. For Pocahontas, you probably wouldn't want to change anything because those
Yeah.
races have cultures.
So I
So
it doesn't matter to me if you make like, let's say Velma Hispanic.
exactly,
It is.
because it's like, well, everything back then was
Mhm.
that way, and low-key, that's the boring part because it's the question of, well, why'd you have to make this character this? Well, why did they have to be white before? And we say that because back then there was only white because racism was a thing. Sorry, like
Yeah,
it's not great. But so modern day, race swapping is fine. Like, let it happen. If it's a white person and anything else, fine. But if there's culture behind the race, don't swap it. Because then you're changing that culture, and that will change things.
Maybe it's just being me, like being a normal ass white guy. New. Yeah, you can laugh at that. You can laugh at that.
I will too. That's really funny.
But anyways, the live action Disney Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
They turned Ariel.
Yeah, she was
African
black.
American.
Black.
I thought, like, okay, main reasons why I'm like questioning why would you do that is A, she was white with red hair. I thought she was Irish. Or she was an Irish representation. That's what I originally thought.
Okay, that's really funny.
And she was pale as hell, which makes sense if you're living at the bottom of the ocean.
Right. However, I'll say this too. As far as
I'm not trying to be racist. I was fine with this race change, but I'm questioning why.
No, I liked it. I will say this. I actually thought it was good because think of like modern day for the average demographic that the princess movies are for, little girls and like think little black girls. Now who do they have to look up to? Princess and the Frog, and that's it. Princess and the Frog, and the villain in that movie was also black. So like maybe give them something else to go with, and also the music of that one, the singer, the actor for that for Little Mermaid, it was great. And I don't think it should have gotten any hate for the race swap.
Yep.
That's fine.
Like, I was completely fine. I was just curious why was that a choice to switch? But yeah,
it would be that reason. Like give that demographic that it's going for someone to look up to like them. Because you were right, back then it was just all a bunch of white princesses in gowns, and you didn't have someone like that to look up to. So now you do. Oh my gosh, yay, inclusion.
Maybe it's just my misremembering because it's been a while since I've seen the original and I haven't seen the remake.
I know, right?
Anyone else just think Little Mermaid and think Gitsy?
Starbucks?
Like
Ditsy?
Yeah, like
I think under the sea. Like that's what I get.
You
think of the fish. You don't even remember that movie had a prince.
Wait. Okay, here's something salty about
that movie had a prince.
What?
A prince.
Side character.
You know what?
Yeah.
They made the lobster a crab. That was
That's
not gonna change.
That's my biggest problem.
That's my biggest problem.
Exactly.
They made my lobster man. He was a crab in that show.
Wrong crustacean.
Wrong crustacean. He should have been a lobster.
But no, I think the race swap and that was fine. I'll say though, because regarding Disney villains, there's been something to come up with the live actions as well, which is they keep trying to moralize Disney villains. The cool part in the olden days about old classic Disney villains, they didn't have a motivation.
The story it did have a moral.
Right, but these people were just evil for the sake of it. Ursula didn't want.
Well,
the story.
what's his name? What's his name? Bad guy in Beauty and the Beast. Gustav? No.
Oh, yeah.
Started with a G.
It did.
Gustav or something like that.
No. There's a song about it. Gaston.
Yeah. I was in Little Mermaid. I was not in Little Mermaid. Actually, I was in that play too. Musical too.
Right. Didn't you play Gaston in your like production of it?
No, I was the Beast.
Oh, that's right. You had the voice.
Yes.
Fair.
Well, and also I was the most reliable guy that can actually say his lines.
Speak on.
Yes. And also have been in the acting thing for like longer than any other person.
Any names you want to say at this point? Don't. But no.
But anyways,
yeah.
He was just a guy that liked hunting beasts.
Yeah. He didn't have some major motivation.
Yeah.
He just thought to do it.
Yeah. He was there's a beast. We probably should go kill this thing.
Yes. That's the fun part about
He was
the old
only
Disney
evil
villains.
because of the perspective.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that's what they're trying to do for modern day. Well, yeah, actually, if you think
the evil witch wanted to have the kingdom.
Oh, for
yeah,
Maleficent.
Snow White.
Same thing.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, but yeah.
Honestly, that's a good example. They did that.
I separate those two.
Exactly.
Because Maleficent and Snow White Witch, completely different.
Yep, that's one where they gave the villain backstory and everything, and I thought it was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
For the other ones, hey, we don't need our villains like Cruella de Vil. Hear me out. She's a rich fashionista who wants to kill dogs. You don't need to give her some complex background. Maybe she's just evil, and that's okay. Like we don't need our villains to have big complex stories. Sometimes you just need a villain.
You need a villain to have a villain to get this point of the story across.
And you need a good villain is someone who enjoys doing their villainy.
Okay.
So you don't want to ruin that if you're trying to bring it back.
We have time for one more.
Yes.
And there's one I really want to hit.
Do speak.
Shrek.
Why?
How did I know?
Oh,
As
God.
soon as you said shh, I'm like, oh.
So,
Here comes the sun.
I want to put this on our side for just a bit. I understand. It has been a while since we've had a Shrek film.
I think we're due.
We are due for one. And Shrek has always gone off of culture, like, shots and everything.
Vibes, yeah.
Yeah, vibes.
It's true.
Shrek is that cookie cutter fantasy world that keeps going.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly that.
The character design is similar, but also different enough where it almost does not feel like Shrek.
Okay.
Puss
Here we
in
are.
Boots. Puss to look good and similar to himself in the old Shrek films in a new, modern fashion.
And those movies were really good too.
Yes.
Yep.
But Shrek does not look like Shrek. And Donkey looks like his hair was stitched back on.
That's a crazy read.
Oh god.
Oh, okay.
My brain immediately went to Donkey is now Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that's such a crazy pull. I'm living for this. Okay.
Donkey
I'm
looks
locked in.
less like a donkey.
Yeah. Oh my god. And you think about it too, where oh my god. The topic, this topic, and then Shrek being in it, I already know is gonna be tea. Where it's hey, things that ended, you don't need to do another one. I feel like Shrek is one that can't end because our culture will not allow it to.
Yes.
We have a death grip on that green ogre,
Yeah.
but you gotta do it smart.
Yes.
You have to do it right. You're doing a Shrek here. That's a
don't
generation.
know.
Don't
They
do what you did to Shrek like you did to our poor man Megamind. Our poor man Megamind got downgraded to a kid's TV show quality of animation.
He went from 3D to 2D. That's the wrong way.
That is the wrong way.
You lost definitions.
I don't. Did they make a TV show about that?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
they
like
did.
Megamind versus the power of whatever.
Yeah, it's
Evil people.
It's weird.
It's terrible, and the lines don't hit at all like it did in the original.
Exactly.
The memes are not even there.
All I
The
can
first
see
one we
is
had
the original
no
and that
bitches, and we
dish.
had also the Markiplier Mega Man one, which was amazing.
I forgot. Oh god. All I see is blue. Oh my god. Okay. Fuck. I need to recenter. The Megamind hit was too hard. That was really, really good. God, Shrek. Yeah, God, bringing that back. If you don't do that right, I feel like that will be the sign for Gen Z to finally just wrap it up.
Oh,
Hey, we're going out with a bang at this point. Y'all did Shrek wrong, and that's your fault. Here it
Yes.
comes. Like
Shrek. Shrek movies, even now, I can go back to them and laugh at them.
exactly.
Super
That's one
hard.
of our traditions with my friend group. We get really intoxicated through many different substances, and because we're all 21,
And the thing is, with
and watch
Shrek,
Shrek. It's a good time.
Shrek movies
There's a crow. Sorry.
also put a hit on different periods of life in Shrek's life.
They do actually.
Like the first movie was Shrek finally
Single.
getting accepted into normal life,
right,
which
yeah.
made sense. The second movie was trying to be accepted by other family members.
Yeah, there's
of
the family
Fiona.
dynamics and romance. Yeah,
The third movie, I believe, was Shrek not even wanting the throne and trying to figure out somebody
right.
more worthy than him
He just
to
wanted
become
be-
key.
Just wanted to be a normal.
Yes, he
dude.
just wanted to be a normal. And the fourth one was him trying to accept that his life was good as it was, and he
Mhm.
did not need to go back to just scaring people in a swamp.
Right. Yeah.
So
I
what
need
is
to
this
go back and
fifth
rewatch
one?
the Shrek movies because I did not get any of that from
Yeah.
any
what's
of those.
The fifth one here.
The fifth one I know is one of his daughters in the teenage years still at home. So I think it's going to be
Yeah,
a father-daughter
kids, that's
type movie.
Okay, we haven't had too much.
Yes.
Family stuff.
But
with
the
you.
thing is, Shrek's daughter is played by Zendaya.
That is tea.
Oh god.
I'm so here for that. I love Zendaya though too, which is a Waverly. She will never
Yes.
escape that for me.
Yeah. Wait, that is. Oh god.
Yep.
No wonder.
Hello. Good
Okay.
morning. Yeah.
I was always wondering like why does it seem familiar? It's
Yeah.
because of Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah.
Yes, but Shrek 5, you can obviously tell they're still going with the thing of we're staying with modern times.
Yeah.
they pretty much gave us TikTok at the beginning of the teaser
I'm here for
of
it.
like the swiping of
Yes,
different memes.
Yes, I'm here.
And
for
I was
that.
down with that. It was kind of funny. Like, hey, Shrek memes, and then Shrek reacting to his muscular self photoshopped in front of him, and going, ugh!
This is tea. We like this. That's the funny.
But the main part of my issue was the design of the character.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly they did just throw the old design of Shrek into that software and it just changed it to that.
Right.
Which I please edit it, make him look more
We
like
have the
old
technology.
self.
We can do
Yes.
it.
We have.
But I bet that's a new
No.
design entirely because animation style has gone as far as possible. Has gone pretty far.
True.
And unlike Puss in Boots, Shrek's character design looks more human. It is not a cat.
Right. Yeah.
So it is a very
That's
more
true.
complicated design of trying to make someone look like someone else.
yeah. I get that. You're totally right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally see it.
So and
How do
like
you
Donkey,
take
I don't know how they
human and make
screwed
it
so
look
much
less
up on
human?
Donkey though.
Right.
That was my big question of how did you screw up Donkey out
Yeah.
of all the characters? He's a donkey.
Literally, an actual animal.
Yes.
For real.
But yeah, they should make their characters look a little bit more like their old selves, and that's the main problem. What
Mhm.
all people is having
Right.
with this. Like even Fiona did not look like Fiona.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard a lot around it.
You
I'm
haven't seen
gonna-
it yet, have you?
I know I haven't.
You should
I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait and see. For like all of it. See that we're out of time. Do we have any
Yes.
thoughts? Final thoughts on shows?
What did we
that-
learn today?
We like what we like and we don't like what we don't.
We like what we like. We
Yes.
don't like
If
what
it-
we don't,
if it
and we
worked the
want to go
first-
back to our childhood.
Yep. If it worked the
Yes.
first time, just do that again. And if they no longer like it anymore, just stop.
Yep.
Just let it be.
Let
Let it be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's literally the best way.
Yeah.
That was an end of this series, but like curious for myself too. Not this series, but like us doing a part 1 and a part 2.
Yeah.
Is this the first one that we've done a part 1 and a part 2?
Technically,
We've done
the
a
part
part
1
one.
of Deja Blue's backstory,
Oh, that's right.
but we have not recorded part 2 yet
Well, it's
because
Yeah.
just scheduling.
Well, yeah.
Scheduling
well.
was
So
a thing.
this series type format. I'm curious. Do y'all like that? If anyone who's watching would want to leave that
Yes.
comment, I'm listening for unspecified purposes. You know, just wondering if you guys like a series format for something.
We'll see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.